Hey there, welcome back to the Life Science Marketing Lab. So in this video, we're going to be discussing on-page optimization. By this stage, you should have picked your page and picked the keyword that you want to target on that page. So whatever keyword that you want to rank for with this web page. So what I've done here is I've created a fake biotech company called Supreme Biotech. And what we've decided to do is launch a catalog of ELISA kits. So here is an example of the web page where we're going to target those ELISA kits, where we're going to list the products or at least list some information about the products. And we are targeting this keyword here, ELISA kits. So what are the best practices for optimizing your page? Firstly, it's placing your keyword in 4 critical locations. The first one being your title element. Now, your title element you can't actually visually see on your web page through your web browser. It's something that's in the back HTML code. So to go and see it, you're going to need some HTML experience. So usually you would ask your developer. However, most websites nowadays are built on CMSs such as WordPress, Drupal, or Joomla, so it's very, very easy to go and update your title element. Where you can see your title element though is in the search results. So for example, if this is the search result of this web page, this would be the title element. So this text is somewhere in your HTML code of your web page. As I was saying, you place your keyword in these 4 critical locations. So your title element is where you want your keyword. So here we have placed the keyword correctly in the title element. So that's all good. Next is to place your keyword in your headline or your top headline, your H1 tag. Your H1 tag is your biggest head tag on your web page, which is usually at the top of your web page. So in this case, we have placed a keyword in there. So that's the second one gone. Next is your on-page content. So depending on the web page, depending on how much content you actually have on the page, typically you probably want about 300 to 500 words, depending on what type of page it is. If it is 300 to 500 words, you'll probably want the keyword in there around 3 to 5 times. So anywhere here you would have ELISA kits, ELISA kits, ELISA kits. I wouldn't focus too much on trying to get the keyword in there as 3 to 5 times, because what you really want is for the content to look as natural as possible. So if you're trying to get it in there 3 times and you just can't really fit it into the content, then don't worry about it. If you have it in your headline, if you have it in these other places, and you've selected the right keyword that is actually possible for you to rank for, then you're gonna do just fine. So that's really, really important for it to be as natural as possible. So that's your on-page content. So next is your image alt attributes. Some people call these your image alt tags. So on this page we have 1, 2, 3 images and another one down here. So let's say that one of these depicts an ELISA kit or a bovine ELISA kit. So again, your image alt tag is something that's back in your HTML code. Again, with most CMSs, you can go in and find your images very easily and update your alt tag. It's very easy. But just so you know what it looks like in HTML code, an image is usually depicted by this, IMG, and then the location of the image. And then this part is the alt tag. So you have alt equals, and then within these brackets, you have your alt attribute. So it's really important to get your keyword in here as well. So if you have several images, getting your keyword in each one of the alt attributes in the images is great. It's another great place to put it. So that's number 4. And next, if possible, so you don't always have to do this, is to get the keyword in your meta description. So your meta description, again, is something that you can't see on the web page. It's in your backend code. but you can see it in the search result. So this section here is your meta description. Now, Google doesn't look for the keyword in your meta description. It doesn't give that page any value for that keyword if it's in there. Google has actually explicitly said that. However, it's good for your click-through rates, because when the keyword is picked up in your meta description, it's bolded. So if this is bolded, it's more likely that someone's going to see that and you're going to get the click-through, because they're going to realize that it's more relevant to what they're looking for. So that's a good place to put it. But again, you know, your meta description wants to be, you need to see it as your ad copy. So again, only put it in there if it's natural, if you really want it. If there's other stuff that you want to say in your meta description, then go ahead and say that first. So the next place is your URL. So your URL address. And in this case, we put the keyword in there like this. Again, only put it in there if it makes sense to do that. You may in fact already have your web page set up and you're trying to optimize it for this keyword, and you may not want to change the URL because then you have to get involved in redirects, all that kind of stuff. You may want to avoid that. So that's your URL. So the other best practice, like I said, is to always sound natural. If you're trying to get your keywords into all these places, everywhere, mention it 10 times in the content, and it doesn't sound natural, then that's going to be reflected in your user behavior data. People are going to get to your page, they're going to see it's just keywords stuffed with these keywords, or they don't make sense. The content's going to lose its value, and people are going to bounce to other sites because they're going to see that it's probably quite spammy. And even Google picks up if you've tried to throw it in too many places. It knows. The Google algorithms are very clever with this kind of stuff. On the same note of trying to look natural, what you can do is use modifications of your target keyword. So if we're trying to rank for ELIZA kits, and you're finding that it's very difficult to keep on fitting in these keywords several times into your content, what you can use is a modification of that keyword. So you can use ELIZA test kits or ELIZA test. And Google's really, really good at associating those keywords together. Google tends to know that these are associated keywords and that they mean similar things or the same things. So if you're going to rank for ELIZA kits, you're probably going to rank for ELIZA test kits. Google focuses on keyword topics and not exact match keywords. So like I said, it puts all these keywords together into a topic and ranks you for all of them. So you can use modifications for that reason, but it's also a way of sounding natural. So that's the 6 places that you would put your keywords, and the main point is to sound natural as much as you can. So I'm going to take you to my computer and give you some examples of some badly optimized web pages and some well optimized web pages. So this is a company called Veterinary Medical Research and Development, or VMRD. And this company actually reached out to us fairly recently about optimizing their website. And one of the pages that they wanted to optimize was this page here, their test kits page. And they wanted to optimize it for the keyword ELIZA kits. So this is a really good example of a poorly optimized page. So as you can see, the keyword isn't in the H1 tag, the main headline. It isn't in the URL. It also isn't in the title element. It is partly in the content under ELIZA. You can see the list of products here, but the term ELIZA kit doesn't come up. It also isn't contained in the meta description. Basically, this isn't a page about ELIZA kits. It's just a page about test kits in general. So what I did consult them on is to break out this page into separate kits and create a page that is actually about ELIZA kits and optimize that page for that keyword. So that's why this page isn't ranking for the term ELIZA kits. So what is ranking for the term ELIZA kits? So I'll pop that into the Google search, and if we go down to the natural search results, the first website that is ranking is Thermo Fisher Scientific. And you can see already that ELIZA kits is in their title element, and it's also contained in their URL, and it's also contained in their meta description. So that's 3 out of the 6 critical places that they should have put their keyword, that they have done so. So if we go to the actual page itself, you can see here that ELIZA kits is in the headline. And if I do a control find, you can see that ELIZA kits comes up several times. Now it does come up a lot more times than the recommended amount, but if you read through this page, you can see that it's completely natural where it comes up. They haven't tried to force this at all. And also the last place is the title, the image alt attributes. So if I check this image here, I can see the HTML code using this tool. So this is the image in the backend code, and here is the alt tag. So alt equals human amyloid beta 40 ELIZA kit. So they have placed ELIZA kit in their image alt attribute, and all their images on this page is very similar. So they have that keyword placed in the six locations that they should have placed it, and that is one of the reasons why they are ranking #1 for that keyword. Okay, thanks very much for joining me. Take care. Bye. All right.